Hello, everybody. So, got back from Florida yesterday, and I apologize for not doing no live feeds. I was driving through the woods the whole time. Needed the phone for navigating. But the rat's nest is to the point where Mike is just haphazardly jumping in it and driving it around. And so brought it up to his other shop here, and we are doing a paint match on these new nose and tails. Hello, Doug Contra. And we're also going to try and get a little conversation in about the history of the whole deal as far as how Mike found the car and etc. You got a moment we can talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you find out about the car? It's a friend of a friend of a cousin of a
My first cousin.
your first cousin.
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody knows a car guy. I've been a car guy my entire life. Not only race cars, I just like muscle cars, hot rods, Corvette.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that about me. And
Okay.
most everybody, anybody grew up with me knew it anyway.
Yeah.
And the guy he worked with, his brother's wife, inherited these cars.
Okay.
And he called me and was telling me about them. And it was actually 4 weeks before the Texas race.
So it was a whole month.
Last summer, yeah.
Okay.
And, I talked to the guy, and they didn't know nothing about the cars, and it wasn't car people,
Right.
and they didn't know they owned them until they got to Texas. But,
Well, yeah. Well, like you were telling me that the lady inherited this stuff,
Yeah.
but she hadn't seen.
She
her
didn't know
father.
what. She didn't know what.
35 years.
Well, I hadn't seen her father in a long time, yeah. Really
Right,
long time.
and from what you were telling me, she was interested in simply selling everything in one.
Well, actually, she didn't even know that she had anything.
Okay.
She didn't know.
Right.
But her husband talked her into going and investigating it, claiming the body and all that.
Right.
Well, when they got there, they found a bunch of cars. They found 71, 62, this Corvette, 76 Trans Am Gold 4-speed, and a 2014 Shelby GT 500 had 66 miles on it.
Okay. Now, so those other cars were they?
They was not in the place where this one was.
Right. They were like in another storage area.
Yeah, he rented a place for them.
Okay, and so an actual.
Storage
So,
building.
so they probably weren't.
Oh no, they was in
condition-
good shape. They was in
Okay.
good shape. This one got put back in the corner. You know, equipment, tools, and stuff got piled in front of it.
Right. Stacked around it.
That's all, and of course it was covered up.
Yeah.
And it had, I think it was metal around the side. And, and there's a lot of work to get to it. So they
Yeah.
hadn't even got to it since I got there before the bump.
Right.
They actually uncovered it the day before I got there.
Okay, and towards that end, I didn't. You never said nothing to me about
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
I'm driving through Louisiana,
Yep.
and I get a phone call, and somehow I'm the Corvette expert.
Well,
All right, and anyway, Mike calls me and says, "Ron, can you come look at this car?"
true that. Well, I knew you hung out with Mr. Tom King.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I saw you down at the trade show.
Yeah.
I knew you had to be mechanical hanging around the racetrack.
Oh well, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And I know you like older stuff.
Oh, I love
Bring stuff
messing
back.
with old stuff. Yep.
And
Yep.
that's really what it's about. Didn't need the car. Not really a Corvette nut from the outside, but
Yeah.
it looks like it. It looks like it, but I'm not. But
Yeah. So one thing I remember is, okay, first of all, you had your sciatica was bothering.
yeah, couldn't hardly walk. Yeah.
And the situation this car was in, I mean, well, first of all, it was uphill in the driveway,
Yeah.
and then it was uphill on the pile that surrounded this thing.
Yep.
And so I crawled up and I looked down in the hood, and save for the condition of everything, I didn't see anything missing.
Right, right.
And I wiped the windshield off, and I saw that it had seats, it had a wheel, it had a shifter. And then when I come back, you asked me, should I buy it? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
But I could tell you, I was confident there was an entire car here.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, when they told me it had radic wheels on it, they were all complete.
right,
You know, first thing that gets left out of the car is the hubcap.
right.
So if a guy puts all the rings on it and the centers,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much the car's gonna be complete.
Yeah.
And it was complete, but I didn't know it'd be in as good a shape as it was in.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it was
Now, I mean, how can I put it? Well, it wasn't in the greatest, but where I'm, yeah,
the heavy duty stuff that
Right.
could have had to been replaced was still good.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking electrical.
oh
You
yeah,
know, that stuff. I was, if I had rewired it, I would have been rude. If that had been, you
Yeah.
could have done it, but I
yeah. Well, towards that end, well, how can I put it? The things we find in this car
Yeah.
can sometimes are such at other ends of the spectrum of contradiction in terms.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You, the convertible top was full of a rat's nest.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we found multiple rat's nests.
Yeah.
But we have yet to find an actual wire that's been chewed on.
Not any. Not
We
any.
found a couple of burned wires,
Yeah.
but
None of the interior, none of the leather, door panel, nothing.
Yeah.
The only thing is the upper radiator hose.
well, in the radiator.
And they chewed it up so they could use the radiator for storage for their nuts.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't know, but it might have been squirrels too. I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, but it was
But it's full. It's full of nuts.
right. So that was what was that, May for the race?
It was actually, May. But I
Okay.
think I went and picked it up June the 26th.
Okay, and as far as I'm concerned, Mike took me back to the racetrack after looking at the car, and I promptly forgot about it. Okay, and so what was it? 2-3 months later,
It's about a good 2 months, yeah.
I get a phone call from Mike. I bought the car.
On my way back.
Yeah, and here we are.
Yeah. Well, and I was kind of second guessing myself the whole ride out there and back.
Right.
But when we started watching it, started looking at it,
Just rubbing on.
just rubbing on it,
Yeah.
you know, it wanted to survive.
Yeah.
And Corvette, I said I'm not a Corvette guy, but it's American history.
Yeah.
I'm all about America.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to see the car get destroyed. You know, if it was something that wasn't going to be expensive and just enjoy working on it.
Right.
And you know, we've kept very minimal dollars in it.
You're right, and that's where I was getting ready to go as far as.
That's why we didn't do a complete 100% restoration.
Well,
but I didn't want that.
Well, where I'm going is, I felt it didn't need it.
They don't need it. They don't
Okay,
need it.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is the type of car that if you can get it, you can enjoy this car.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You can get in this car and drive it,
Yep.
and it's not a museum or a showpiece,
No.
but it is 100% presentable and functional.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I'm hoping my first road trip will be to Talladega race.
Oh, good
Speedway
Lord.
race.
Oh,
That's what I'm hoping. It's home.
Well, I understand that.
I know it. If something happens, I know plenty of people will trade.
there you go. There you go.
You know, and
Yep.
it's just home. You know.
Very good. So seems to me I remember just about the first thing we did was pull that radiator out.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first thing we did,
Yeah. Yep.
and got it to Alton Boyd,
Yes.
and old Alton.
He's a trooper, man.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure he struggled and he fought mightily and
Got her done.
got it back in. But
Yep.
now, have we even put a water pump on it yet?
No.
Okay, so
No accessories on the motor. It's got the fuel pump.
well the
Fuel pump on
and then we put a cap, a rotor, and wires
Yeah.
And we've yet to
Haven't
change.
put no plugs in it yet.
We've had them out, but we haven't changed them.
They haven't been in there for 38 years. We won't
Yeah.
get the money's worth out of them.
Right, and we did a finger in the hole compression test.
Oh yeah.
At some point, I want to put a gauge on it.
Well, my ear, they all within 10. I can tell.
Yeah, and then we did a complete brake system.
Yep, we did that.
Okay, and well, we new calipers on the front. We rebuilt the rears, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, new hard lines, new rubber lines,
New master cylinder.
new master cylinder, and then all right, we've had the fuel tank out
Yeah.
primarily to clean crap
Yeah.
because the rats were living on top of the fuel
Yeah,
tank.
inside was clean, and to my knowledge, I didn't know it till we took this apart. This is the closest thing to a racing fuel cell you'll ever see.
Okay, yeah,
It's got the rubber bladder.
it's got an actual bladder in
I
it.
couldn't believe it. I don't know why. I wasn't expecting it.
Right.
The top looks like similar to a race car.
Yeah, I remember now. We had to get access to the rubber lines.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why we had
put
to
all-
drop the fuel tank.
Yes, and
Okay.
clean it up.
Yeah,
And but I was impressed to find the rubber bladder in it.
yeah, yeah. And then the wheels.
Yeah, I had the wheel
Powder coated?
powder, sandblast and powder coated.
And new tires.
Yep.
So we're good on brakes, we're good on tires, and we've had it up in the air and greased all of the U-joints. I've had the steering column out, chasing the damn the wiring demons.
Well, you had the dash completely apart, took it apart,
Right.
cleaned the face of the gauges,
Right.
cleaned the plastic,
That and grease that damn
Yeah.
speedometer cable.
greased, serviced it,
Yeah,
and proud to say that, which I don't smoke, but it's nice to know the cigarette lighter works,
yeah. Well,
which is unbelievable, and the clock
the
works.
clock works.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I had to sit there for about a half a minute
I know.
and make sure that I wasn't
Yeah.
like having a flashback.
I get it, and
I was just like,
yeah.
really?
There's a guy saw it yesterday. He said, "About the clock's working." I said, "I know it." He said, "They never work." I said, "Well, this one is."
Yeah, yeah,
He said, they when they new, they ain't hardly work.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, I'm happy for the car. It's lucky that it found Ron and me.
yeah. No doubt. Could by now it could be deeper in that pile.
Well-
or it could have.
This house and all was in a mess. I mean,
Yeah.
it was first class hoarder. I don't know why. The guy had plenty of money, plenty of cash stashed in the house.
Well, it
Plenty-
strikes me he was turning that cash into things.
Yeah.
You
And-
know,
oh
and-
yeah, he spent a lot of cash. He had a lot of toys.
and I want to tell you, one thing that I observed is that the things he bought what struck me as either holding their value
Oh yeah,
or being worth more.
yeah. Oh exactly.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he knew what he was doing.
You know,
He's a
I
smart
mean,
guy.
those valve covers,
Yeah.
I'm going to say from the packaging, he probably bought those back in the 70s or 80s
Oh yeah.
when they were $15.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
those valve covers today are probably 90.
Exactly.
You know, so.
And then, like the one socket set we found, three-quarter drive.
That that's in case
Yeah,
1
that
inch drive. Well,
Three-quarter, yeah,
That was
three-quarter.
$750.
But now today's price is $2,100,
Right.
and it was wrapped up, new, never been used,
Yeah.
and we kept on unwrapping the socket and found the date on the newspaper, 1977.
Yeah. And the big thing, made in USA.
That's absolute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he was a pilot,
Yeah.
and
Oh, he's a pilot
he
also.
was a pilot, yeah, pilot, missionary, a few other things.
Yeah. Did we actually sniper? Did I hear that?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say that.
And
he was a
and
sniper.
Oklahoma oil field roughneck at some point.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I mean the guy had a colorful
Oh yeah,
employment history.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the cool thing we found, original Playboy dice in the turtle shell in the back.
The dice.
1985.
Fuzzy
model.
dice.
Yeah, I got them over here. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Fuzzy dice.
Yeah.
And two Playboy keychains.
There you go.
So So they've been in it original from 88.
Yeah.
Or 85, sorry.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But,
All right. So tell you what. Let's get back to work.
yeah.
Is that about it? Has that got us up to?
Pretty much. I mean, we put, let's see, it's had 20 miles put on it since 1984.
20 miles.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, and without a doubt, it sat there without moving.
Yeah.
And fortunately, it was where it stayed dry. It was in a good climate,
Right.
and there was plenty of food for the critters around there to eat,
Yeah.
and they not to eat the car.
That's it.
So
That's
that's
it.
good.
So one thing I wanted to point out what we're doing here. So this used to be one of those dirt. What do they call that stuff?
It was plastic, rubber.
Rubber. Okay, but they don't remanufacture those anymore. So this is a fiberglass piece, and the original rubber piece was simply in granules on the ground under the car when Mike got it.
And that was a standard problem with these cars because the formula in the rubber wasn't correct.
Right.
So
And
they all just crumbled.
right. So anyway, we've got this piece on, and we're actually priming and getting ready to shoot. Yeah, we're getting ready to do some body work. So y'all can watch. All right. Oh, we still gotta fill those holes up.
Yeah.
Fill the holes out real good. I'm by no means a body guy. Although I have painted cars in the past.
We're doing a big buy.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, did you say it's 3 screws and these will come out? Yeah. Alright, let me see if I can coax this stuff up in there. I think that's actually going to work.
Oh, yeah.
You know, piece of paper for the other side. Everybody had a Merry Christmas and hope everybody's New Year is awesome. Yeah, maybe. Well, the thing is what it is the grill.
Yeah.
I mean, it's out for freezing. And it may have to go out there with a Sharpie with it. Guys, the paint job on this car is like a, what do you call it, 50-footer?
Corduroy.
Yeah, and so we're really not trying for perfection here. Essentially, if there's a little bit of a run or a little bit of a, the whole car is not, there's nothing perfect about this car except
the two guys that put it together.
that it's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Y'all went crazy enough to take it and show it out.
Yeah. You see that one over there on the left side, there's enough of a gap that I was able to wrap it, the whole thing with the paper. And this one didn't quite that well.
Well, when we put that black paint job on it,
Oh, yeah.
it'll be right then.
So that's going to be the year 2000.
That'll be actually, make all that money racing in there. You need a knife? You need a knife?
Tell you what, you got anything like a paint stick? A little flat piece of wood?
Yeah.
That would help a little bit. Or foam compressor coming through? Hey, ho!
You say,
Oh, the high build primer.
like that?
I said the high build primer.
Yep.
Love this stuff. Bondo in a spray can.
Give me this masking tape goes on. That's good tape.
It is. Black bumpers that aren't black bumpers
Nope.
anymore?
No, I like them.
I got you. Woo! What did you... Oh! Well, you're straight up now. Ackerson, you doing all right down there?
Man, it takes more than Ackerson to get this.
It's been a while since I mean, how can I put it? That stuff's getting rarer anymore.
Yep.
Like, I remember when I was a heavy truck mechanic, we had a hardware store around the corner, kept that stuff in 55-gallon drums. That's what we burned in our heater. Oh yeah, and it burned clean. You didn't smell nothing, and it was hot.
That's me on me.
Oh yeah, and it was cheap back then. It was cheaper than them diesel.
That's cheap. That's don't have to do it.
Yeah.
I know if you use a white rag, right?
Yeah.
But Chris is told somebody had a lot of stopped me there. One of the best body guys ever from there.
Yeah.
What it gives is you a white rag that don't to keep the paint, help keep the paint from the dye and color rag.
Yeah, yeah.
I do know that. What little bit I learned about body work on down in water.
Simple. Yep. You done with the waxes there?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Good stuff. Start with the tack coat.
I'd start underneath, put it pretty good under there.
Alright. By underneath, you're talking about the chin?
That and the part straight up. You know that piece we had to take out a little bit?
Yeah.
Hello? That's covering pretty good.
I think so. Problem I'm doing is not to touch the car while moving around. Huh? Yeah. Let that dry. while you're down there, you want to put it there? Now, what about you got to do the out? Yeah. Yeah. Whoops. Well, what we were just talking about. Not a big deal though. I mean, it ain't gonna take a tumble for it. And I'm thinking it might be time to do a walk around on Blue Thunder.
Walk around.
Yeah, although I ain't cleaned her out yet. Talk about what all we got to do to Blue Thunder.
Yeah.
Let's do that real quick. Blue Thunder ticked over 500,000 miles yesterday. We got minor body work to do. We got paint popping through, and yeah, we are eventually going to paint the whole truck. Let me think about this. Getting new tires here shortly. Got to finish rebuilding the front suspension. Had a bushing failure a couple of weeks ago, and I needed the truck. Well, actually, it was Thanksgiving, and I needed the truck to be good to get home. So we replaced just the upper and lower ball joints on the right side, and the bushing that had failed. But we got to go ahead and finish that job. The entire dash has to come out. All right, you see the grill there? All right, all of them plastic pieces have fallen down into the air conditioning, and now all of my doors don't work. We need a new dash. The lights in the instrument cluster don't work. We need U-joints. We just had the transmission rebuilt last week. I did the brakes last year. And we've got some body work to do. There's a big old crease in the side. That was there when I bought the truck. Okay. And I'm intent on not filling that with Bondo. All right, I want to explore the the technique of paintless dent removal. And then once that's done, we'll repaint the truck. Because I don't like Bondo if I can help it. We're gonna paint the cab to match, and this is the way I bought the truck, with that cab. And yeah, and we also have a little bit of damage on this door here to include part of the cab. Okay, and I did not do this. That again, that was there when we got the truck. Okay, and I've owned this truck at least 15 to 18 years now. And where was I getting ready to go here? Oh, I bought it from a friend. I paid him $1,200 and a stack of old blues records. I used to be bad about collecting records, and I come across a man that he had a bunch of rock and roll I wanted, but he would not sell it to me unless I took the blues records. And I actually sat on those blues records for about 2 or 3 years before I found out that my buddy that owned this truck was in the blues. And I had tormented him. I wanted this truck, and I said, when you gonna sell me the truck? No, it's not for sale. Well, I found them blues records. I dropped them in his lap, and he goes, how much? And I said, the truck. And he says, oh shit. Well, anyway, it was the truck and $1,200 when we got done talking about it. But anyway, that's this whole channel, the name and my intentions. We're going to be doing a lot of work to that truck, and that's going to be the primary focus when we get done with the Corvette here. Oh, Mike found
A little imperfection.
a little old imperfection. Fill that up, sand it down. How much of them paint cans set you back?
25.
Each?
Yeah.
All right. And then were they able to match it to a GM color?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which GM color did it end up being?
T13. T13 code.
What was on the door?
Yeah.
And the little spot looks just like it. Me.
Yeah. Well.
Right. So let me elaborate on that for a minute. Guys, if you, how can I put it? We're not painting the whole car. We're just trying to get these bumpers to match the whole car. And where I'm going is, say you on your car, you've got a spot you want to fix. You can go to your local. Oh, you all right? Mike, did you just do that? I think I'm going to blame it on the lack of filling. Alright. Anyway, we found a paint code on the door jamb of the car. And there's also an option where they have a little scanner that they can actually put on the paint that is existing on the car. And they actually mix this paint to match. And then they put it in an aerosol can for you. And Mike says that in today's day and age, this costs $25 for this can. Which might sound expensive, but it's the proper color to the best of our. Do you need help?
No.
Okay. Mike, that was a big crash.
I've had this.
Huh?
I've had this.
Yes, you have. Good Lord. Guys, if you want to see something scary, look up Mike Harmon Bristol. Search Mike Harmon Bristol crash. That's the man right there. Did anybody ever tell you what your nickname was after that?
Well, I got somebody to go to Vegas.
Huh?
I ain't trying to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
I drove it.
Okay, but you know what they were calling you behind your back?
Nope.
They were calling you Dead Man Walking.
Yeah, I did.
Yep. This man is blessed. I'm here to tell you right now.
Amen. Actually, more than one. That's
Yeah.
when everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed every day, really.
Yep. So every time I see the sun, I'm blessed. Alright, so besides the body work, you want to say any climbing too?
Yeah. A little bit
Well, I'm getting the color shook here. Yeah, I'm bad about taking rattle kit. It says 30 seconds on it. I'll take 5 minutes. You have anything resembling a sanding block? Just wrap it around a paint stick.
Yeah.
So you want 300. Okay, how many pieces of this you got? 3?
Yeah, it didn't take me two.
Alright. Kevin, I hate to waste a piece here. Oh, on the machine? Not working. It's still putty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You got a heat gun? Well, I did the fingernail test. Barely touched it. It's all fine. Ta-da. 5 feet at the moment. Guys, we'll talk to y'all later. I'm sorry. Had visitors, not appreciate. Yep.